Guys, so we have Gordon Ryan here versus Kyle Boehm, and this is an interesting match about kind of with a series of leg entanglements, and then eventually gets finished by a triangle armbar combination with emphasis on the armbar. I don't think the guy tapped to pressure from the choke, but nonetheless, Gordon here is in this leg entanglement, and he's attempting to pass. He stands up on the foot, which I think is a good thing to do. He kind of falls over to his hip, and then he gets the foot thrown over the other side towards 50-50. Now, of course, Kyle Boehm here, when he throws the foot towards 50-50, he's moving into a neutral position, but he's attempting to use his timing advantage to lock up this inside heel hook right over in this section right there before Gordon can shoot this leg in and cross up the feet, so that way he can hide his left heel here. So of course Gordon Ryan is going to shoot that foot in really quick, and Boehm actually kind of fails to go for it fast enough, and then he's going to sit up to try to get the sweep off of the fact that he pulled Gordon Ryan into 50-50, and then now he's going to sit up and try to get towards standing here. But then he goes back down to look for the heel hook again. Gordon throws his leg to the other side, so now we're no longer in 50-50. And Gordon Ryan has kind of taken this position and reverted it over to an outside ashi type position. So now, of course, Gordon Ryan has an outside heel hook over on this side. He still has the same kind of cross foot 50-50 lockup right here. And then we have a free leg over on this side. But since it's very far away from the heel hook over on Gordon's right side, it's not going to provide a lot of defensive capability, right? So Kyle Boehm can't really use that foot to defend particularly well, with the exception of getting up to stand, and of course the only reason that you can stand through this heel hook is if the heel hook's not on quite yet. So in this moment where Gordon Ryan doesn't have the heel collected yet, Boehm can still stand and it would be all right, but in any situation where Gordon Ryan collects the heel, then he would no longer be able to stand because he would need to do some kind of rotation in order to get the knee through the pocket, right? And the pocket is this hole right here between Gordon's knees. His knee would have to extract through that hole out this way in order to not get heel hooked in that situation where the heel has already been caught in the forearm of Gordon Ryan. So as we continue through, Gordon's on this heel hook. It's pretty deep. He's trying to float through it, and he actually gets kind of a lucky rotation out of that. And they're going to reset into the middle of the match. I honestly don't think that was the most technical escape. I just think that it was a really good scramble at the right times, and Gordon kind of lost position. So I think it was more of Gordon not having the best heel hook entanglement, because normally Gordon finishes those. So again, from here, we're going to kind of go through the smash pass. Gordon's going to have that arm weave going through the legs, which is a very common way of smashing through that kind of half guard. He ends up abandoning it instead to start putting pressure forward by kind of getting up almost as if he's going to stand. And then here, Kyle Boehm goes back into that leg entanglement situation, moving towards 50-50. And then now, instead of throwing the leg across the 50-50 kind of like he did last time, he's going to stick on the outside heel hook like Gordon was on that first time. So now we've kind of reversed position, right? So Gordon had this outside ashi with the outside heel hook attempt over here. Now Kyle Boehm has it, right? So same situation. Kyle Boehm's going to try to shoot his hips in this way in order to get the finish with leverage on that outside heel hook, and Gordon Ryan is going to try to back himself out by putting pressure on the leg, and then now Gordon's going to throw himself over to back mount, and then ends up on this arm bar right over here, and then locks a triangle. Now that's a really fast scramble, so we'll replay it really quick. He's going through this kind of passing sequence, gets caught in the leg entanglement, pushes himself out, immediately goes for the back take, switches to mount, and then as Boehm gets up, he's going to switch to the armbar. So 3 switches in a row very fast, which just shows the elite strategy that Gordon has, where he has so many checkdowns and options that he can move to when things start changing. And here, a very deep triangle set up, and he's just going to collect that arm, pulling it out, and eventually the tap here from the Americana. With pressure on the shoulder here, because as you can see, the neck's not particularly entangled in that triangle in a way that would choke him. So really interesting series of events, especially that kind of triple check down at the end, which we'll go in detail on another episode. All right, thanks for tuning in.